Right now on the Weather Channel, your local forecast.
Well, thanks for joining us. I know it's been a very long weekend for you all, but I have some good news to report about the weather for this week that might make going back to work a little bit easier for you. It probably won't be too bad for much of the country Monday morning. So we're going to look at the jet streams and take you through the week, and with the jet streams anyway, so we can let you know what you might expect here. Well, the jet stream is far to the north here, as you would expect for July, right? This dip here in the jet stream, though, what it means at the surface is probably not that great of news. A cold front coming through. We've actually had some showers and thunderstorms with the front move through Detroit. Maybe Cleveland might see a thunderstorm in the morning, or maybe a shower or two, and even Cincinnati back to Indianapolis. So we're going to move this trough to the east as the front moves.
This is your local forecast. Weather information you can plan on, only on the Weather Channel.
isolated thunder showers developing, and several areas of rain here across the south around Columbus, Mississippi. We've had reports of thunder, and right in here over the western parts of Texas, we're beginning to see an isolated thunderstorm develop. Along the surface cold front, as it swings over the eastern Great Lakes, we've had some enhanced showers over eastern Ohio, and as we go through the day, we'll begin to see widely scattered showers, maybe about a 30% chance of some afternoon thunder showers around the... This local forecast is sponsored by Rain-X, the invisible windshield wiper for improved visibility and driving safety.
WeatherScope is sponsored by Oldsmobile and your local Oldsmobile retailers.
This is WeatherScope.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at the Weather Channel. I'm Marshall Seas alongside Vivian Brown.
Good morning.
And some thunderstorms moving through the Dakotas, some cold air. I think Dallas yesterday just got to 76 degrees for a new record low maximum reading. International Falls is cold this morning, too.
Oh, yeah, dropping down into the 30s. Can you believe that? In the heart of summer. Well, I'll tell you what, folks over the southeast have been so hot. Well, the day before yesterday with the readings well into the 90s, but yesterday was pretty nice, and today, unfortunately, clouds and rain showers will be moving back into the picture. Marsha will have a detailed look at the forecast coming up in just a moment. But first, let's check on current weather as we show you the big picture, the way it stands right now. We'll detail everything that's going on at the surface anyway. We have several areas of low pressure on the map. We have a couple of frontal boundaries here. And actually, this one is a pretty long front as it drapes from the eastern Great Lakes back into the Great Basin. And it's separating, of course, dissimilar air masses. To the north of it, we have a slightly cooler and drier air mass here. And a very nice day is shaping up around Milwaukee and Green Bay, Wisconsin. Chicago, sunny today with an afternoon high of about 76 degrees. You know that's nice. And we're looking good today, too, in Detroit, about 76 with partly sunny conditions. This area of low pressure, though, will enhance the chance of showers and storms around Denver. And then it'll slide on off toward the east, and that's going to enhance our chance for showers later in the day around Minneapolis, St. Paul. This frontal boundary, as it drapes over the south, well, we'll find some widespread rain showers, embedded storms, just about everywhere today over Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. Storms expected. So if you live over the southeast, you want to grab that umbrella because I'm sure it'll come in handy some part of the day today, and you don't want to be caught without your umbrella. umbrella if you live, say, in Atlanta, Birmingham, Montgomery, or even back toward Jackson, Mississippi. In the Pacific Northwest, it is quiet for now, but we will watch a trough of low pressure moving in, and that's going to bring us some rain showers around Seattle. The southwest remains dry. Now notice over the northeast, this frontal boundary is approaching as it heads in from the eastern Great Lakes here, but we don't think we'll find much fanfare with this part of the front, and that's the good news. As it slides east and pushes through the central parts of New York and Massachusetts as we go through the afternoon hours, there's about a 20 to 30% chance of some afternoon thunder showers around Boston, New York, and Philadelphia. But the overall forecast is for partly sunny conditions, the big cities in the northeast. But we cannot rule out the chance of some afternoon thunder showers. But we do want you to know that this part of the front is not all that active. We have a lot of warm air aloft, and that many times creates an atmosphere that is a little bit too stable for a thunderstorm activity. So we'll keep you posted throughout the day, though, as the surface front moves through, but we don't think it'll be much fanfare with this part of the front. Again, behind it, we have fair skies so far this morning and a beautiful day shaping up for much of the upper Mississippi Valley and the Midwest. But back here, as we begin to see another area of low pressure now developing along the front, we've had storms, and they've been severe so far this morning. We've even had reports of large hail with the storms as they moved across the western and central parts of South Dakota. Earlier this morning, we had a severe thunderstorm watch for the west central part of the state. That has since been canceled, and we've had numerous severe thunderstorm warnings because of large hail as these storms move across the central part of the state. So be careful this morning if you are getting an early start and you have to head out across this part of the country. You certainly want to watch out for brief heavy downpours, and also hail and lightning has been associated with these storms as they move off toward the east, again a little bit closer to the area of low pressure as it develops along the front. All of this will be moving east toward the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, so that's why we have the chance of showers and storms later for you, Minneapolis. Here is our next frontal boundary, and so far this morning we've had some areas of rain, different pockets here, and even some thunder right here around Columbus and Tupelo, Mississippi. And this is just a harbinger of things to come, because we think that later this afternoon the showers will be more widespread over the southeast again, so you will need your umbrella. High pressure for now over the Pacific Northwest, but as we go through the latter part of the day, rain showers are expected for Seattle as we begin to see a surface cold front approaching from the Pacific. So here's the big picture the way it stands right now. We will again watch this frontal boundary slide off toward the east. Not much fanfare with it, but this area of low pressure will cause showers and storms later on. And with more details, here's Marshall.
That front heads to the east. Look for a chance of afternoon shower in the northeastern part of the country late this afternoon. There'll be widespread moisture. Almost everybody's going to get wet one time or another, looks like, over North Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi especially. To the south, scattered showers and thunderstorms, while the big thunder boomers are going to be up in the northern plains. The northeast today, later in the day, with the advance of the front from the west, you can expect maybe a scattered shower or two, and possibility of some of those thunderstorms dropping maybe a half an inch of rain up in the northeast. Temperatures will be in the 70s in the interior section, 80s along the coast, and in the southeast unsettled. Scattered showers and thunderstorms for the most part in the afternoon near the Gulf Coast, but there'll be widespread scattered showers in northern Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia today. Some of these will dump an inch of rain or more. Out in Texas, it'll be in the 90s. It'll be in the 90s along the Carolina coastline and the east coast of Florida. Lots of sunshine in Chicago. Temperatures in the 70s. Cooler near the lake. Feels more like spring than it does summer. This is all headed to Chicago, though. That's going to be there in about 18 hours. Meanwhile, today from Duluth to Omaha, you can expect some rain. Heaviest rain looks like it'll be in a band from the Twin Cities right across Sioux Falls, South Dakota, for the potential of a half to an inch of rain, and even more into some of the thunderstorms later this afternoon. They could be hail producers too, and we might see some tornadoes.
Areas are going to miss it, but at least it's there, and it could hit here within about an hour. It's Lancaster County for the last hour or so has got a pretty good soaking. Had some pretty heavy buildups out that way. It's moving into Chester County now. We'll talk about it in just a moment. Philadelphia now, we're running about 70 degrees at the airport. Considerable amount of clouds. Still some breaks in the overcast, though. Up at Abington, we saw that a little while ago. It's 73 degrees. Looking for partly sunny, about 86 today, clearing 65 degrees tonight. So here's the picture on that storm as it moves out of Lancaster County into northern Chester County. Unusual to get one this early in the morning, but they do happen indeed. We run the risk of another tonight as we get a cold front pushing through here. But again, most areas will miss that. It's largely going to be a dry day. Isolated showers.
Oh, that's my idea of a nice weekend. Nap and eat.
Nap and eat. That's all you do, right?
Cecily says that's all she does.
That's what I did. I went to the beach and I napped on the beach and enjoyed the weather. I think it was pretty much a perfect weekend, just gorgeous weather, and actually today's going to be pretty nice as well. We have a couple little things though we have to watch. Right now, a little bit of an upper level disturbance is bringing some clouds to our area. Also, a scattered thunderstorm right now west of Philadelphia. It should be dying down before it gets here. And then we have essentially a high pressure sandwich. Low pressure down to the south and east of us, another storm system to the north and west. So this means clouds will be mixing with the sunshine throughout the day. Not quite as pristine as over the weekend. Satellite 6 right now is showing the cloud cover, just a few little thin clouds right now over the Delaware Valley. You can see from the thunderstorm popping up, thicker clouds down to the south, and then that line of storms right now over the Great Lakes is the next front that's going to be passing through. Action radar is showing that we just have a little blip right now beginning to work into Chester County. It actually looks a lot worse than it is. Again, that should be dissipating. And then what we have to deal with tomorrow is this system moving through. This also will be moisture starved, so I don't think we're going to get any showers. But behind this, cooler air means that most of the week will be a couple degrees below normal. By Wednesday, we could get a few afternoon thunderstorms, which we certainly need because this year, look at the rainfall deficit. We've had 15.6 inches. Normally this time of the year, we're at 21.39, so almost 6 inches below normal. The call from AccuWeather, well, the hits keep coming. It's going to be another beautiful day. Yesterday's high, 86. Today will also be 86, which is our normal high for the year, or for the date, so we're right on target. Right now, Lancaster 65, Wilmington 66, Cape May 68, and Trenton also 68 degrees. We are live right now in Sky 6, taking a look at the Center City skyline, the view from Camden. Some clouds overhead this morning, 68 degrees in Philadelphia. Humidity 78%, barometer right now 30.09. It's holding steady. Winds are calm and the ocean water temperature 67. In the northeast right now, 67, also 67 in Center City, the airport and City Avenue 68, and Camden 69. The exclusive AccuWeather 5-day forecast, a mixture of clouds.
And this local forecast is sponsored by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Our national
radar, and you're going to be able to see on that. Just look towards Pennsylvania, and you're going to be able to see a little bit of activity there, and some very colorful activity. That sort of indicates the intensity of the storms that right now are going through Chester and northern Bucks County and heading on towards the Trenton area, assuming that they all stay together. We've been watching these storms all morning long. Let's push on them, take a look at our high temperatures before we get very specific and take a look at the radar of those storms. Our high temperatures today in the 80s around here. It's just about what it's supposed to be this time of the year, even though we're going to be getting a little bit of a cold front coming through. Tomorrow's highs still in the 80s, so we're not expecting too much of a change temperature-wise from one day to the next. Right now, temperatures are warm and they're muggy. Take it from me. Take it from this frizzing hair. It's very muggy out right now. This is what I want to show you, though. This is the radar for our area. Take a look at this. Now, these storms are moving about 20 miles an hour, and they are dropping as much as 3/4 of an inch of rain as they go, per hour as they go. So some of our areas are getting some much needed rain, but you can see down in South Jersey, they're really not getting anything at all. We expect that this storm pretty soon is going to be going just north of the Willow Grove area, but it is moving towards the north and the northeast. And if it stays together, it should be out of Pennsylvania by 7:30, and then heading on towards, say, Trenton, and then on up into the New York region. But if you're out on those roads through there, take it very, very easy. Our temperatures now, they're coming up a little bit, even though the sun doesn't seem to be coming up. We've got quite a good overcast going right now. Temperatures today, right now rather, are in the 70s. And the highs today going to be getting up all the way into the 80s. Very muggy today, unlike the wonderful dry weather that we've had over the weekend. Some of these humidity levels, though, will be coming down a little bit because we are expecting a cold front to be coming through, which could kick off some showers and thunderstorms possibly in widely scattered areas later on today. So for right now, 70 degrees, the humidity 78%, absolutely no wind out here. So if anyone is trying to get a little extra shut-eye and they don't have air conditioning, it's pretty muggy in your house right now, not really comfortable sleeping weather.
Here's a look at that storm that Mark mentioned. We are seeing a front that will be pushing into the northeast later on today. It will be bringing the clouds already showing up on the horizon. If you look to the west, you are going to be seeing them also streaming through Virginia. And with those clouds, some light rain now in Buffalo, and also Watertown and Rochester getting a couple of showers, as well as just north of Philadelphia. You can see it scooting by. Allentown, Trenton, you're going to be getting it. And later on, New York City, the possibility of scattered storms for you. Showers that are just west of us.
Yeah, wasn't the timing good, though? We're getting showers here in the area early on a Monday morning after the most glorious 4th of July 3-4 day weekend. We're very lucky with that. Let's check some forecast and what we think's coming up. We're about 70 degrees now in Philadelphia, cloudy in the skies. Today we're going to get some isolated showers this morning, break out to partly sunny, and then get another chance for showers, but only about a 1 in 3 possibility late today, clearing on tonight. Here's that radar picture of the weather north of Philadelphia now. Most of Montgomery County going to get a soaking. That's the heavy activity there. Pushing over toward Bucks County, it looks like Bucks County is going to get a pretty good soaking. Some of those storms could be rather heavy. Pushing on up toward Quakertown, that area. The 5-day forecast for Philadelphia.
Sunshine reemerged.
You'll see where these storms are. We've been following them all morning long, and you can see now that they have moved their way towards the east, and they're now heading up to lower Bucks and Mercer County. We're expecting them to be out of Mercer County probably by 8 o'clock this morning. Rainfall amounts getting up to anywhere from sprinkles to 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of rain. We certainly desperately need rain in all of this area, but that's the place that's getting it. Take a look on Storm Tracker, and you can see that the roads to the north around the Trenton area right now are seeing some of this activity. So take it easy if you're out there. Again, we are expecting
Alabama, Georgia. Generally, from the central part of those states to the north is a disturbance that's pressing out of Texas right now, and then across southern Arkansas, northern Mississippi, and Alabama moves east. It'll bring some pretty heavy rain at times to those regions. If you're traveling Interstate 20 across the three-state region of the southeast, out of Atlanta to Birmingham and then westward to Mississippi, you could expect those roads to be wet today off and on. Further south, more of an afternoon event with thunderstorms developing with daytime heating. Coast looking pretty good right now from New Orleans to Mobile, although Mobile was reporting a little bit of thunder about an hour ago. Stationary front and a wave on it headed to the east is the reason for the weather today and the clouds that you're going to find. It's going to keep temperatures down. That was a new record. That was the lowest high temperature reading for the date. In New York, it's 73. In Philadelphia, it's 71. Boston, 68 degrees. What a wonderful weekend y'all had for your 4th of July weekend. It was beautiful. A lot of fog is built into some of the valley areas of West Virginia, and we had a renegade thunderstorm that moved through the Allentown, Pennsylvania area earlier. This is it. It is now decreased in intensity, mostly just a little batch of rain now, but that might make the roads wet along 78. If you're traveling across New Jersey this morning, could see a wet road there. Meanwhile, along the front, out ahead of it, just some scattered rain showers out in western New York State. Rochester reported some rain about an hour ago as well, but much of that's kind of fallen apart as it heads to the east. Viv?
While a new system is set to move...
Tropical update. Right now on the Weather Channel, your local forecast.
This local forecast is sponsored by Celebrity Bow Rider and Cuddy Cabins. Celebrity, technology at play.
tropical update. Right now on the Weather Channel, your local forecast. Tropical update. Right now on the Weather Channel, your local forecast.